What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's weekly rotation time, and there's quite a bit of new stuff I haven't reached for in a very long time, but some really good fresh fragrance variety, like serious fresh fragrance variety in this particular video, including, I finally added both of the Gisada Ambassador fragrances, and we're going to kind of give a little bit of an update. I did do a full review on one of them already, but I can't say anything outside of I wore some incredible fragrances this week, and I want to tell you guys about them. So it's week number 195 in the weekly rotation, and we're going to discuss. So stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is one of the new releases for this past summer, and it's been a couple of weeks since I wore it last, and it was an absolute joy to pull back out Zaharoff's signature CoCoLoCo. This is an absolute joy to wear. Vibrant, juicy fruit, coconut, super tropical. There's a cardamom note that offers a bit like that. The reason I say vibrant is the spiciness that you get from the cardamom here really brightens and livens up the fruitiness, just the tropical fruity tone of this. There's a little bit of white florals. There's some creamy musk and light sweetness with a blonde wood feel. This is just great stuff. Super tropical vibe, perfect for where I live. Great performer without being any kind of beast, but definitely well above average in performance on my skin for all of it. And fun fact, I get asked about performance daily. And honestly, guys, if you guys didn't just absolutely want to know what performance I get on my skin that my nose can pick up all the time, I wouldn't even discuss performance, because it's the biggest variable between my skin, your skin, the next person's skin, and so on. So it's funny that it just popped in my head when I started to talk about performance that I only really talk about that for you guys. Because even what I'm saying I'm going to get, a lot of you may or may not get, because we got different skin and different noses, you know what I mean? But point being, if you haven't tried this one, you really should. I'm not sure if samples are available on the website. If not, you can get decants from places like fatboyfragrance.com, for example, and try this one for yourself. It's an absolute joy. During the day, Zaharoff signature CoCoLoCo. Then when I got out the shower, now this isn't available. Still from the same house, my first fragrance in collaboration with Zaharoff. I had a good shave and went with Business Over Pleasure. See my logo right there on the bottom. Me and George on a playing card on the back. About halfway through one of my bottles, and starting to put a pretty good dent in my aftershave splash. Can't really see the juice level too easily. It's right about there. So little by little we're getting there. So for those of you that have never tried this, a little bit of citrus up top with some Sichuan pepper, give this nice fresh spicy hit. This is based around a creamy powdery Irish ginger combo. A little bit of a smoky feel from the smoky wood, Gaiac wood, and Palo Santo. Very creamy, floral, powdery, fresh, bright, clean, casual, everyday, somewhat professional as it was designed to be. Middle of the road performer for the most part. Some people get great performance, some people get terrible performance. It goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. But it was nice to revisit. Been a little bit since I wore it. Out the shower, had a good shave. With my first collaboration was Zaharoff, called Business Over Pleasure. Moving into Mondays, one of my favorite grapefruit musky clean fragrances that I've come across in a long time. I sing this fragrance's praises often. It is Brioni EDP Eclat. If you haven't tried this one yet, you're missing out. Beautiful pink pepper incense combo to go with a sharp, juicy grapefruit smell, clean musk, fresh ambroxan. This falls into the same family as fragrances like Terre d'Hermès, Eau de Givray, Dior, Cologne, stuff like that, where it's really bright, citric, clean, musky, a little earthy, woodsy type of feel. But here, instead of very earthy and woodsy, it's more about a very clean musk ambroxan combo, musky, fresh type of feel with some slightly, fresh, spicy, lightly sweetened pink pepper, smoky incense kind of deal. It's interesting when you look at the notes. It looks like it's either going to be incredible or just this oddball fragrance. And in my opinion, it's absolutely incredible. It pulls off the professional vibe in a warm, climate setting where it's really hot outside. This one dresses up, dresses down. I typically wear it casually, but this would be a great office fragrance for anybody that works in an indoor setting. Just beautiful stuff. I love this. Absolutely try this one if you can, guys. During the day, Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat. Then we got out the shower. The funny thing about this one, if you take the soapy iris away, it's basically Polo Blue Sport, which is a previous ceramic white bottle release from Ralph Lauren. This is Polo Sport Fresh. So this 4.2 ounce has been popping up at Ross Dress for Less for 20 bucks. Guys, you see this for 20 bucks? Buy it. Is it special and groundbreaking? No. Does it smell really good? Yeah. It's minty green, fresh, clean, musky, soapy floral, light touch of powder. Average to below average performer, but for 20 bucks for a 4.2 ounce bottle, this smells really good. It smells really good. Like I said, it smells like the white, think the white bottle in the Polo Blue line. White bottle with the blue, red, and gold stripes with the Polo horse on it. It's called Polo Blue Sport. Smells like that, plus this soapy iris note. That's really the biggest distinction between the two, I think. Aside from that, they're basically the same aroma out in the air. I mean, it's hard to tell them apart. The soapiness is what really makes... Oh, that's Polo Sport Fresh. Again, nothing special, nothing groundbreaking, but $20 to $30 range, which I see it for $20 all the time, and I paid right over $30. It's solid. It's better than most of the typical fresh fragrances that you're going to randomly blind buy at a rack store. You see this at Ross Dress for Less, 20 bucks. It's a safe blind buy. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have uses for it. It's not going to, be some monstrous performer. It's not going to be super unique and something you may not have smelled before or may not have, but it's a solid release, and it's perfect for out the shower like I wore it for. Out the shower, Ralph Lauren Polo Sport Fresh. Moving into Tuesday, we got two more freshies. You see what I'm saying? Freshest of the fresh in this rotation. I think I'm going to have that in the thumbnail and the title. Literally one fragrance that's not super fresh. In this video, we started with Rayon Tradition Insurrection Pure Sport, the clone of Creed Aventus Cologne. I am such a fan of both this and what it's cloning. It's pretty close. You get the orange, the ginger spice, the musky tone, the woodiness. Very clean. Oh, man. Wife's a big fan of this one, too. It really is good. A little over $20. You can get this 100 ml. Will it suffice over getting Creed Aventus Cologne? Yeah, it will for most people. Is it as good? No, of course not. It's not near. It doesn't last near as long, and the quality's unparalleled between the two. But for around $20 to $25, it's hard to beat. I plan on doing a full review in the upcoming week. I've spent enough time with it to where I can absolutely do an individual review. So I won't say too much here. So be on the lookout later this week after the recording of this for the full review. But this is a really good cheap clone right here, guys. And to my knowledge, there's not a ton of clones of Aventus Cologne. I'm sure there are some out there, and I maybe not have tried them, but this one's really good. It is really good. I'm impressed by it. It's worth scooping up blindly for the money, in my opinion. So be on the lookout for the full review. But during the day, it was an absolute joy to wear Insurrection Pure 2 Sport from Rayon Tradition. Then we got out the shower. Another kind of rack store darling. Some people think it's way too generic and it's a terrible fragrance. And then some people are like, oh, those people are crazy. I love this. This is like my most worn. I get compliments, yada, yada. It's Azzaro Sport. So there's a newer version where the cap's different and the juice color's a little different, but it's just a rebottling, re-release from what I understand. This is the first version that came out like 2 years ago or something like that. It's solid. It's aromatic. It's citric. It's sporty. It's clean and musky. There's a little bit of spice to it. Like it's generic. It is generic, but 20 bucks. Again, it's a solid cheapie. You could do a whole lot worse with 20 bucks at a rack store, or let's say you shop at Fragrance Buy, for example. Let's say you don't have any reward points to get free shipping, and you need that fifth fragrance in your order to get the free shipping. 20 bucks or whatever it's costing on there. This is one of those great cart additions, like a stocking stuffer, if you will. The meat and potatoes, your main presents from Santa. already in the cart. And you need that stocking stuffer that's going to kind of cap it off, that you're going to get more use out of than you probably even thought you would. That's the kind of fragrance Azzaro Sport is. Admittedly, I don't wear it all that much. I just have too many fragrances. You spray it again, smell it again. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Orange, zesty, citrus, clean, soapy, musky. Like I said, nothing spectacular. Nothing you haven't smelled before. But it is pretty nice. It's middle of the road. Middle of the road. I would say it's like a 6 out of 10 kind of fragrance. Better than good, slightly above average, but pretty average for the most part. But it's solid, especially wearing it out the shower, running errands, gym fragrance, all those, 3 to 5 hour fragrance, fresh type of situation. That's typically what I wear for those situations. This falls right into it. It's solid. It's Azzaro Sport out the shower. Moving into Wednesday, I actually didn't wear anything out the shower that night. I just kind of forgot to spray anything right after the shower and just went on about my evening, did my thing, and ended up going to sleep. And it's not bad to give your skin a break when you wear fragrance oils as often as I do, but it was nice to give a first full wearing to Oceanic Symphony from Sphinx Fragrances. Sphinx Fragrances, for those of you unfamiliar, is a beautiful independent niche house. They put out incredible fragrances. This kind of falls in the realm of something like a Mega Mare. High quality, sharp, musky, aquatic, saltwater. There's a lot of lemon here. I get mouth-watering, juicy, and sharp lemon at the top. Beautiful aquatic. Above average staying power. Not a monster for being an extrait, a high oil concentration. It's not a monster. But at the same time, being a high oil concentration, it doesn't wear heavy like most higher oil concentrations do. There's just so much freshness and just zest and vigor to the opening of this scent profile. It's hard not to like. If you like the smell of fresh cut lemons and kind of that salty sea breeze smell, which I'm such a sucker for, some of you hear me talk about that on occasion, this is one of those fragrances that falls into it. It's not super unique. It's not crazy special like I've never smelled it before, but for the style it is on the top tier of this particular citrus aquatic type of style. This is just a beautiful citrus aromatic that I would encourage you to get a sample of. Blind buy safe, sure, but for the price, why the hell not? Get a sample and try it. During the day, the only thing I wore that day, Oceanic Symphony from Sphinx Fragrances. Moving into Thursday was Gisada Ambassador Day. I actually wore both fragrances. During the day, I wore the regular Ambassador, which is basically tropical Sauvage. There's a fruity apple mango combination. It's peppered metallic shower gel, sharp, synthetic, better performer than you may think. It's a really good performer. There it is. My wife is such a fan of this one. I am too. It basically smells like Sauvage with some added tropical fruits. And if you like Sauvage, you're really going to like this. If you hate Sauvage, there's a really good chance you'll hate this too. But still give it a shot. You might end up liking it, more than Sauvage. Get samples and try it. I picked this and the Intense up from Fragrance Buy while they still had them in stock. I paid 60 or 66. I forgot. It was in the 60s. It was either 60 or 66 for this 50 ml. Kind of wish I would have bought the 100 ml now, but hindsight's 2020. This 50 ml will still last me a very long time, so it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But it's beautiful. I absolutely enjoy this. I've been featuring it in some content in a shorts video. I've also done a full review on it. I really enjoy this one. There's apparently, content creator hype behind this one, so naturally it's, I'm a shill and I got paid, even though I literally showed it in a haul video where I bought it from Fragrance Buy. I've still heard those comments that the only reason I like it is because of that. So I would encourage you to try it for yourself. Be your own judge, because it is really that good. In this household, we're fans. During the day, Gisada Ambassador. Then when I got out the shower, we went to dinner that night. Parents are in town, and we went have dinner by the beach, and I wore Gisada Ambassador Intense. So kind of falls somewhere in between Sauvage Elixir and Lattafa Assad. I think it's much better than Assad, not quite as good as Sauvage Elixir. Though it kind of does its own thing. You'll be reminded of Sauvage Elixir in the opening a little bit. It's not as high of a quality smell to me. It's not as ridiculously nuclear in performance, though it is pretty long lasting, and the sillage on it is pretty strong. I get a lot of the licorice to go with that warm, spicy tone at the top. It's nice and ambery and resinous as it starts to dry. It's quite the complex note breakdown. There's a lot going on. It nuances pretty well for the most part. Love the magnetic caps. This is good stuff. I picked this up for $99 from FragranceBuy.ca for the 100 ml. It wasn't much more to get the 100 ml versus the 50 ml. That's why it was a no-brainer. But I bought them both. I wore them both in the same day. I'm going to be doing a full review in the coming week on this one. Again, fan of this one. Don't like it more than Sauvage Elixir, though. I have to say I did a shorts video on that. It's not by a wide margin that I prefer Sauvage Elixir, but this is still a really good fragrance. And I'll probably wear this more. The wearability is a little bit higher because it's not so just absurdly strong. Like, it's much more situational for me to wear Sauvage Elixir because of its power. You know, it's so powerful. But again, just like with the first one, this is a good fragrance. It's not the greatest fragrance I've ever smelled. But again, I encourage you, sample it and try it for yourself because it's actually quite good. Don't listen to anonymous, nameless, faceless profiles on the internet, and don't listen to content creators either. If you hear somebody whose opinion you value saying something nice about it and you have a similar taste to them, get a sample and try it for yourself and see if it's for you. Out the shower and for dinner that evening, Gisada Ambassador Intense. Moving into Friday, this is kind of a blast from the fragrance collection passed earlier in the channel. I got this one like very beginning of 2020, very end of 2019. I haven't spent a ton of time with it. There was a stretch in the summer when I wore it a handful of times back in 2020. And I haven't really sprayed it since then, to be completely honest with you, and it's an incredible fragrance. It's Dior's Eau Sauvage Cologne. This is even fresher, without the spicy greens, versus the Eau de Toilette, the silver label. This is a white label, white cap. This is sharp lemon, full of aroma chemicals. Has that 90s cologne smell, you know, that cologne-y type of slightly green, aquatic feel, I guess you could say, musky. It's really good. Sticks to the skin. Sticks to the skin. All about lemon. A lot of lemon and musk, basically, is what it is. It falls into a similar category of this. These two are kind of kindred spirits to one another. Not the exact same fragrance, but there's some similarity here. Like, they kind of, like I said, lemon, grapefruit musk and incense and all that good stuff in Broxton. Lemon and musk with aroma molecules. So, yeah, they kind of fall in the same vein now that I'm literally thinking of it. Again, not the exact same fragrance, but same family. They do the same job, like the Eau Givrays and all that stuff that I was saying before. I love stuff like that. Out in this high humidity, fragrances like this are great staples to have in a collection where there's enough going on with the masculine tone of it, even with modern synthetics, but a nice masculine feel that has a professionalism to the scent profile. So in the event you wanted to wear this in a more professional setting or a semi-casual situation, this will work fine. It's not too playful. It's not just some citrus aquatic that smells super casual and run-of-the-mill. That's where fragrances like this and Brioni Eclat really shine. They're a cut above when it comes to freshies, if you will. I don't know how easy it is to find these. I'll try to have a link down below. I don't know if it's still in production. I don't know what the case is because I haven't worn it in so long. I haven't looked at anything about it in a while, but you want to talk about really good. If you're a fan of the original, in my opinion, this is superior. And I would encourage you to check it out during the day. Dior's Eau Sauvage Cologne. Then we're at the shower. It's been a little while since I used this shave set. I needed another shave. Happyland Barbershop. So this splash goes with a shave soap that was made by Strike Gold Shave in collaboration with Happyland. And I literally, that's more sprays than you think missing from this, because I just want to show you, for example, this is the normal full spray. It's a lot. It smells so good. I do this kind of stuff. That's normal. That's like sprays that are for your average atomizer on a fragrance. So I do 3 or 4 like that, and it's like 3 or 4 real sprays, where I couldn't imagine doing 3 or 4 full sprays from this atomizer. That's like, if I was to do 3, that's like 9 sprays. And this fragrance is super strong. I can taste it. From all that I sprayed in the air, I can taste it now because it's so dense. But it's a beautiful orange, a little bit of bitter orange with some leather. This is classic timeless masculine, but robust and rich. It's that much more masculine because of this hefty like rawhide leather accord, if you will. Uber masculine, crazy strong. One of EJ's original fragrances. This is from, this has been featured from the House of Happyland for many years now. Still one of my personal favorites because it's a timeless style. I love barbershop fragrances. It's a timeless style done right. It's not just some spicy aftershave type of smell. There's a lot more going on here. Like I said, with that very, abundant orange, bitter orange smell with all of this leather. That's the main things I really get from it. Of course, you get aromatics, you get some nice spices to it, but just really good stuff. Out the shower, it was time for another shave. I went with Happyland Barbershop. Finally, on Saturday, so the previous day, me and my stepdad had went to go play golf, and it had stormed like crazy the night before. So the course was holding water when we went for our tee time Friday morning. Like literally 5 holes were in bad shape. The marshal's like, oh, it's holding water out there, it's this, that. So we'll hold off. We'll take a rain check, come back tomorrow. So today at the recording of this, we went to play golf this morning. And this is kind of my go-to when I go play golf. I haven't played golf in a little while. I've been looking forward to playing around. It was a great morning. I thought about posting this earlier, and I didn't. But CH Men's Sport, one you never hear anybody ever say anything about ever, probably. Picked this up for $20 at a rack store years ago. There's a small dent in it. I wear this to play golf. That's pretty much what I wear this for. It's like my golf fragrance. Do you need to wear a fragrance to go play golf? No. Do I anyway? You're damn right I do. I wear a fragrance for everything. I make myself not wear fragrance to the gym as much anymore to kind of have a little bit of a break from fragrance oils. So I don't do gym fragrances as much as I was. But you're damn right I did. Grapefruit rich, very rich. A little bit of spice, but it's a very sporty smell. Type of chypre feel at the same time. It's got this green tone to it. Dense woody feel as it dries. Nothing super musky about it. A little musky, but the main thing here is that rich grapefruit. This was one of those fragrances that some people either really appreciated or really hated. This was very polarizing years ago when it used to get talked about. But yeah, this 50 ml I picked up at, I want to say, at TJ Maxx back when I lived in Texas for $19. And it's not one of my favorites either. It's quite different from all the rest of my... I don't have another fragrance that smells like CH Men's Sport. But I specifically give myself 3 sprays when I go play golf. I don't know why. I just kind of pegged it and dubbed it that and strictly wear it for it. It's like it's the same as grabbing my cleats or grabbing my golf bag or grabbing a hat with my ball marker with my hat clip or my divot tool, or you know what I mean? It's like it's part of my wardrobe to go play golf, basically. I know, kind of strange, I get it, but during the day, in the morning anyways, to go play golf, CH Men's Sport. And then when we got back, we had a very large brunch, I guess you'd call it, breakfast, lunch. I cooked some sausage, some bacon, and some eggs for all of us. We had a, late breakfast, early lunch, because our tea time was real early. We got done right at lunchtime. And we went to the beach after we watched the Colorado game, obviously. And I went with Fusion Dissey from Issey Miyake. Beautiful sunscreen, coconut, tropical fragrance, really fit the vibe. And I then wore it again out the shower. I'm currently wearing it out the shower tonight. So two rounds of this. This is so good, too. If you haven't tried this, guys, the Extreme is better. I know some people are going to bring up the Extreme in the comments. Yeah, I have the Extreme, too. The Extreme is better, but being out at the beach, again, did I need to wear a fragrance to play golf? No, but I did. Did I need to wear a fragrance to go to the beach and get in the salt water and everything? No, but I did because I love fragrances. And I wear fragrances just for me because I want to. I suggest you do the same thing. So, Atomizer is quite nice on this. Man, and that coconut, and it's a little bit of a warm coconut smell too. Like I said, it has that sunscreen feel, a little bit of a woody tone, but it's mainly about that coconut, and it's a rich smell too. There's a little bit of sweet to it, but not the kind of sweet you're probably expecting. There's a strange fruity tone to this one. I'm a huge fan of this and the Extreme, and you can get them so cheap. I paid like 30 some odd dollars for a tester. It came in a white tester box for this 100 ml. If you like tropical fragrances, if you like coconut fragrances, or if you're a fan of the House of Issey Miyake, I would encourage you to try this. So for the beach and out the shower on Saturday, Issey Miyake Fusion d'Issey. Well, that was week number 195. Aside from Ambassador Intense, you see what I was talking about with Fresh? Whole lot of Fresh this week. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Definitely sound off in the comments. I'm very curious, as always, on what you guys wore. I love reading these comments. It's my favorite format to do every week. It's my favorite comments to read every week. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the fragrances I wore this past week and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.